Это как называется?
Yeah, forget about that.
Now imagine Islam in that same position.
He ain't getting up. You might not get out of the round.
You might not get out of that.
Yeah.
I think Islam has a next level, otherworldly squeeze.
Yeah.
It just seems like he gets a hold of these guys and they just can't do jack shit. Islam Makhachev is huge. I mean, that guy, how he makes 155 is, I don't understand it. Every time I stand next to him, I'm like, how are you 155?
How much do you think he walks around?
He's got to be 190-ish, in the 190 range. He's got to be. That's what he looks like to me.
I never saw him in a person.
Yeah, he's thick. He's thick and big. I mean, he's not he's not a 155-pound man. It's just so silly.
Joe Rogan's eyes nearly popped out of his head when he watched Islam Makhachev's latest training footage, and it's more than just another highlight reel. The clip shows lightning-fast takedowns, brutal takedown defense, and a level of grappling and physicality that has the lightweight champion looking like a completely different monster. Rogan didn't hold back. From his fully voiced reaction, it was clear he thinks Islam is evolving into something extraordinary.
Makhachev is so good. He's so good that he head kicked Alexander Volkanovski in the rematch. He submits everybody. He submitted Dustin Poirier. He's a monster. When he gets guys on the ground, he just crushes them. And you could argue that he's dealing with a deeper talent pool. So his weight class is, in my opinion, the most talent-rich weight pool in the sport, 155 pounds. 155 pounds is filled with assassins.
Not only that, he was also astonished by how healthy and bulky Islam looked. He had this to say about him. Damn, look how big Islam looks. Too big for lightweight. He made the right call moving up. Rogan's insight wasn't just about size. He recognized Islam's new frame as a sign of correct evolution, bulking smartly, packing functional muscle enough to dominate at 155, but ready for the next level. As Rogan put it, the man isn't shrinking to fit the division, he's outgrowing it.
Islam is big. Yep. I mean, I don't know what he's cutting, but he's got the perfect physique for that weight class.
Yeah.
Like he's very, very lean. You know, he makes the weight, and he's obviously way bigger when he's competing. He doesn't look anything like a 55-pound guy.
Yeah, yeah. And Volk's pretty small. Yeah.
Everyone says he's just freakishly strong.
Well, he's so big. I mean, what does he weigh before he cuts to 55? He's got to be in the 190s.
Oh, damn, you think?
Yeah.
I've never seen him in person.
He's big, dude. Big back.
While Islam is set to challenge JDM for the welterweight title, Rogan still wants to see Islam versus Topuria. Maybe at the White House event next year? Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria isn't just a super fight, it's almost a collision of champions, styles, and undefeated legacies. With Islam now testing the waters at welterweight and Ilia making his mark in the lightweight division now, both men are circling each other for a legacy-defining clash. Islam has openly shown his respect to Topuria as a formidable opponent, a young, explosive striker with KO power and an unshakable mindset. With so much drama and chaos involved in this, Joe Rogan believes that the only person to take Islam to his limits is Topuria, and says that he 100% wants to see this fight happen and have Topuria be his next opponent.
But if you will be in the Dana's place, who would be my next opponent?
Islam. 100%. 100%.
I wish they
I tried to tell him
fight.
that this weekend.
That would be a great fight.
Yeah, that's the fight to make.
Following Jack Della Maddalena's UFC 315 victory over Bilal Muhammad, Islam Makhachev wasted no time issuing a challenge and setting his sights on becoming a two-division champion. To close the size gap naturally at 170 pounds, Islam is following a strict muscle-building regimen. In interviews, he admitted gaining just around 2 kilograms so far, emphasizing that he's focused on functional strength, not simply eating more calories without control. He has detailed a carefully structured lifting program intertwined with his grappling work footwork and high-level striking, which is where he received his praise from longtime teammate and coach Daniel Cormier.
Islam. He's a much better striker than people give him credit for. He won all the rounds against Dustin Poirier in a fight that was pretty much all striking. Everybody's like, well, Dustin Poirier fought him so well, but he didn't. It was literally 5-0 and he got submitted.
It's almost like Poirier got his licks, but he got dominated.
He got beat. Because Islam's been so good, people judge him differently. I think there are way more interesting fights for him at 170 because of the size difference than there is at 155. Because right now, when was the last time he had to finish someone? He finished Charles for the belt.
Volk.
He fought Volk. That was close. Didn't finish him, but the second time
Volk,
he finished Volk.
Second time, finished Moicano.
Finished Moicano. Finished Dustin Poirier. He beats them all because they're too small.
Despite his wrestling pedigree, Daniel Cormier has advised doubling down on wrestling preparation, especially given Jack's improved defensive grappling performance in his UFC 315 win. DC pointed out that Islam struggled against Dustin Poirier's wrestling in UFC 302 and emphasized the importance of reasserting takedown control in the new division.
JDM don't wrestle, but he was defending well, and he puts damage on you.
Off rip.
Starts putting damage on you. And he can box.
So how do you see that fight with him and Islam? Does he have the ability to beat a guy like Islam?
He'll get takedown attempts coming at him very early. This time. The last fight, he didn't have to deal with that when he was fresh. If Islam can start to pressure him early and take him down early, or even just make him wrestle, he might struggle. I don't know that he's ever felt anything like he's going to feel, because it's not going to be double legs and single legs with Islam. It's going to be him playing with his feet, tripping him, moving around on the octagon side, doing things that he don't recognize as freely.
But she didn't answer the question.
The problem is, like, I can only give you that because I can't truly make a prediction. The job doesn't allow it.
Makhachev built his legacy at 155 pounds with a style forged in Dagestani dominance, relentless wrestling, calm precision striking, and top-tier cardio. He crushed elite lightweights from Oliveira to Poirier. But at 170 pounds, despite all of Joe Rogan's praises, everything changes. You face fighters who hit harder, recover faster, and walk around significantly heavier. But even at that weight, Islam moves like silk.
Вперед тоже делай то же самое. Хорош.
And not everyone is a fan of this move from Islam. One of the few who doesn't really share that optimism, Joaquin Buckley, known for his knockout power, warned Islam with the following statement: Islam ain't no big threat. This is the deepest weight class. He's going to have to prove
Islam is ready. He's healthy. He's at 170.
He gonna be over his brother Habib, man. But Habib was smart though. He knew he couldn't handle guys at 170. Them arms was too short. He ain't gonna nobody. You know what I'm saying? He won't get to nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So much respect for Islam for actually,
Period. Buckley emphasized the raw power welterweights pack, a challenge Islam has never faced consistently.
And even though me and Islam have never had a connection, I'll tell you right now, he gonna know a lot about me if we ever get booked to fight. And not only that, don't get it twisted. The people that he has struggled with and the people that have shown a couple holes in his game, I'm going to be his worst nightmare. Not JDM. JDM has a lot of holes that Islam can exploit. And we didn't see that with the Gilbert Burns fight. Actually, we didn't see it with several fights from JDM, right? Where he's struggling in the grappling, right?
Kevin Holland fight stuff.
But with me, though, and what I did to Kobe and what I'm going to do to Kamaru Usman, Islam is gonna be in his head. Even Habib probably gonna tell his ass, maybe moving up ain't a good idea. I bet you. But I'm hunting for that. I want that pound for pound.
Then there's the UFC veteran analyst Paul Felder, who expressed a bit more caution when speaking on this subject. Can we get dominant champions before wanting to fight for other belts? A champion should solidify his reign before chasing another. Felder argues Islam should have fully cemented his lightweight legacy before moving up, but at the same time, he also gave him his fully earned respect by mentioning that he was one of the scariest fighters back when he weighed 155.
Yeah, and another person that we just cannot possibly not mention here on this show is Islam Makhachev. I mean, you want to talk about a scary guy in this division for anybody at 155 pounds. I look at that fight and I'm like, damn. I did the post fight and they're like, oh, who's going to face him? And I was like, I'm going to put my hand up and say, I don't want to do it. I don't want to fight this guy. There are certain guys in the division where when you get that phone call, you go, man. because you know what you're in for, right? When you fight a guy like Islam, you might as well just be fighting his teammate, who's one of the greatest of all time, Khabib, because Khabib is putting him over all the time, saying that this kid not only can wrestle like that, but his stand-up is on point, which he didn't even have to show really in that fight because his wrestling is so dominant. And as a wrestler yourself, Mike, you got to just watch a kid like him and be like, God.
Ian Machado Gary, a top welterweight contender, had this to say about Islam back in April when he made his intentions clear of moving up. He can jump the queue. He's the pound-for-pound #1. You've got to give respect. He's the perfect example of the new evolution of fighters. Gary praised Islam's all-around excellence, calling him quite the nightmare matchup for anyone at 170 pounds.
You look at Khabib, and Khabib was just dominant at grappling. Islam's the exact same. Probably more clean when it comes to his grappling. Not the same dog pressure that Khabib has. And when you look at Islam on the feet, I mean, dude, he can crack. So I think he makes the welterweight division even more fun. And it would and I have nothing but respect for the man. But I'm someone who wants to test myself against the best in the world. And I would love to test myself against them.
Another voice, Vicente Luque, who's trained with Islam, echoed a more balanced take on this. He's got the strength. I think that's what's going to be the biggest challenge. But other than that, I give a big advantage to Makhachev. It'll be fun to see. Luque believes Islam's grappling base will hold strong, but warns of the power factor.
You've trained with Islam, and you said that he choked you out, and that's insane.
Hey, he dorsed me. I'm the guy that does dorses. He dorsed me.
How good do you think he is? And you think he'd beat Bilal?
I mean, I think so. I think he can. He's got skill in everything. I think the striking is something that, you know, he knows how to play it well. I think he has limited skills there, and he plays it really well. You know, he doesn't go over to put himself in danger. I think he's going to, you know, hold his place for a long time, and I don't know if he's going to move up or not. If he does move up, it's going to be good. It's going to be fun to see.
Islam's manager, Ali Abdelaziz, also weighed in. He is fully backing his client and believes that he will establish an unforgettable legacy in that division. Here's what he had to say. He's going to be a problem for a lot of these guys. You're going to get a bigger, not depleted, stronger Islam. I believe he is going to be a problem for the whole division. That's a vote of confidence. But the true test lies in facing JDM's speed, power, and takedown defense on a huge stage like Madison Square Garden. But would it be enough to outdo Islam's superior wrestling? Brazilian legend Charles Oliveira, meanwhile, likes the stylistic matchup. If you let Islam grab him and put him down, it's over. Oliveira told Full Violence, adding, Islam is going to do very well in this weight. It will be over for Madalena. Oliveira believes Makhachev's grappling supremacy could decide the fight early.
O que você acha que ganha entre o Jack Della Madalena e o Islam?
Madalena, ele é um jogo muito complicado, porque ele é um cara que ele não vem pra te nocautear rápido, ele vem pra te finalizar, ele vem te magoando, né?
Aos poucos, né?
Aos poucos. Foi o que ele fez agora na luta contra o Bilal. Só que eu acho que o Islam vai se dar muito bem nessa categoria, né, mano? Agora vai estar muito mais forte, é um jogo que, tipo, ele gosta de agarrar e botar pra baixo. Eu acho que o Jack Madalena fazia a mesma luta que ele fez, né? Agora contra o Bilal, batendo, movimentando, saindo, machucando, é uma luta, mas se deixar o Islam agarrar e botar pra baixo é o time.
Islam very clearly knows what is at stake and is obviously preparing accordingly. He still works with childhood teammates, still listens to Javier Mendez and Khabib like it's day one, and still operates with zero ego. And now, with Islam entering a new chapter at 170 pounds, that same iron mentality will be tested against bigger, stronger, and more unpredictable opponents. But if there's one thing we know about Dagestani champions, it's that pressure sharpens them.
Наконец-то смог я тебя зимой вытащить.
Обратно в парную. В домашних условиях не повторять.
Head coach Javier Mendez also weighed in, reaffirming that Islam will adapt mid-fight. Mendez stated he can take Jack down or outstrike him, but will dictate the fight based on how it unfolds, signaling a flexible tactical game plan built to exploit JDM's weaknesses, whether on the feet or the canvas.
Islam is the type of fighter that he can change second per second, minute per minute, round for round. Can he take Jack down? Absolutely, he can take him down. Can he outstrike Jack? Absolutely, he can outstrike him. But is it wise to try to outstrike him? Like I feel we can. I don't know. It may not be. It may be a better deal to do what Bilal should have done and what he didn't do. And that's something I know that Islam will do because he's never not listened to us as his corner, his coaches. He's always listened to all of us. He is the most disciplined, well-trained, fighter I've ever had in that department.
Islam's training camp reportedly includes specialized sparring to simulate Della Maddalena's boxing-heavy style. Meanwhile, Aussie champ Volkanovski is rumored to be helping JDM prep, further raising Islam's level of camp readiness ahead of the upcoming clash.
Coach, look here. Coach, let us know how you feel, coach, when your student, best fighter in the world. How you feel, coach?
I feel like I'm on top of the world because I got the best fighter in the world, and I knew I would have the best fighter in the world, so I feel number one.
You know, coach, why I'm best? Because I have best coach in the world.
You have some of the best coaches in the world, yes, you do.
Islam Makhachev isn't just chasing another belt, he's chasing greatness and a legacy of his own. A win over Jack Della Maddalena would cement his legacy as one of the few fighters in UFC history to claim titles in 2 weight divisions, and he's not cutting corners to get there. He's been doing everything from refining his wrestling under Cormier's guidance to building strength with surgical precision. Islam is preparing for war, but this isn't just another fight for him. As said by experts, it's a clash of elite skill sets, mental fortitude, and high-stakes legacy.
Sharp. Get sharp now. Don't worry about that. He can defend himself. Sharp. That's what I want. Beautiful. Body. Yeah, good movement. Don't ever be there. Hold you still for long. Handbrake.
The welterweight division has never seen a puzzle like Islam before, but Jack Della Maddalena isn't coming to lose either. Fire meets steel in this one, and the outcome could shift the pound-for-pound landscape for years to come. So what do you think? Does Islam make history, or does JDM shock the world? Drop your predictions in the comments. Smash that like button if you're hyped for this potential war, and don't forget to subscribe, because this title fight might just be the turning point of the entire welterweight era.